All right. I'm doing it, guys. I am reviewing Thor Ragnarok. Now, I bet a lot of you probably went crazy when you saw this notification. All right. I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, he's doing it. He's reviewing Thor Ragnarok after he gave the review for Spider-Man Homecoming. Holy crap. And I don't even remember if I have done a review since Spider-Man Homecoming. It's been a long time. So, yeah. Doing a review. Let's do this. So, this is a spoiler-filled review. And the reason why I have to spoil it is because I have to get everything positive and negative out there. That way I can, tell you, and explain to you my problems or my things that I liked. So, let's talk about the plot. Let's talk about the plot first. So, as we all know, the plot is, Hela, the goddess of death, has invaded Asgard. That is the plot. That is the main part. That's the main purpose for this movie. That's the whole thing. It's the whole deal. And Ragnarok and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna come off the bat right now, and I'm gonna say that I did like this movie. I liked it. Now, that doesn't mean that I still, am bored of the MCU films, because I am. I'm still bored of them. I'm still bored of them. I feel like that a lot of them are the same. I feel lately they have been very cheesy and very let down sometimes. Not a lot of movies where you can walk away and actually feel something lately. I felt like they've done a bad job of that lately. So, watching this movie was very, interesting because the last Marvel movie I watched was Spider-Man Homecoming. And you guys know how I felt about that. And it was rough. It was really, really rough. And honestly, now that I go back and I think about it, comparing this movie to Spider-Man Homecoming, when I reviewed that movie, I should have... A lot of people in the comments, they were like, you should have lowered that score. You should have gave that a worse score. You're right. I should have gave that a even worse score. I should have gave that like a 3 or like a 2. And honestly, I'm not changing my score, but I agree with people that I should have lowered it. I should have lowered it to like a 3 or a 2 because I gave that movie a 4. I gave that a below average score. And people still were pissed at me. So hopefully this will get, this won't be so bad. Hopefully, But let's go into this. So, alright, so like I said, I like the movie, but there are obviously problems I have with this, and a lot of them are comic book related. And you're going to see that. But let's start with the positives. Let's start with the things that I liked. Or should I start with the negatives? What do you guys think? I'll start with... I have more negatives than positives. Let's talk about characters first. I want to talk about characters because maybe that'll help me do this better. Let's talk about Thor, the main character. He does a great job, of course. He is funny, witty. He, is the god of thunder. Now, of course, this is spoilers, so if you didn't see the movie, when his hammer broke, and we get to the end of the movie, I was like, how the hell is he going to fight Hela? And throughout the movie, even in the Hulk fight and things like that, we saw him use his electricity. And at first, I kind of sat there and thought to myself, wait a minute. He shouldn't be able to do that, right? Because I'm pretty sure he should get all of it from his hammer. Now, again, I'm not a big Thor comic book reader. So, again, comparing this to Spider-Man, I don't read Thor comics. So, therefore, I cannot defend against or go at that idea. So, I was okay with it. I was like, all right, cool. He is the god of thunder still. He's not the god of hammers. That's probably actually one of my favorite lines in this from Odin to Thor is, hey, you're not the god of hammers, you're the god of thunder. And I really liked that. I was like, wow, that really means something. That I actually felt something there. Like, that was cool. And a lot of movies lately have not made you feel anything, but just simply entertainment. This movie did have a lot of entertainment. And it had a good mixture of it, and yada, yada, yada. It's always good at its comedy thing. So let's talk about Odin. Odin was in this movie for a little bit. He wasn't in it so much. There was even a scene where Loki was pretending to be Odin, and, I loved how Thor called him out on his bullshit, which was really funny. If you guys saw it, what I'm talking about. Odin, he died. So apparently he died, and I feel like that scene could have gone on a bit longer before Hela just showed up. I thought that it was rushed a bit with that. I feel like he should have had a moment, but Thor was pretty pissed off, so I kind of understood what they were doing. They were like, okay, he's mad now. We want to use that anger for his hammer to get broken. And I was like, all right, that works. So not a huge complaint there. Now let's talk about Hela. I want to talk about Hela. Hela was pretty sexy, man. Pretty good looking, man. I'm not going to lie. All right. I haven't looked up the actress. I should. But yeah, she was really good. She was okay. She wasn't just beautiful and sexy. She was also evil, intimidating. Probably one of the better villains I've seen lately. Way better than Ultron, and in my personal opinion, way better than Loki. She was super good. She was really good. She actually was a force to be reckoned with. She was someone who you would fucking run. Like, and that is her presence. Like, she is straight up scary. And they did a really good job of that. I also like the thing where she, pulls her hair back and then I was wondering how that was going to work, and they made that work very well and kind of interesting. I liked it. But I do have a negative with that. Hela is not Loki's daughter. And, it was kind of a cool twist when we find out that Odin, that she's actually the firstborn of Odin's son, of Odin. And it's one of those things where I look at it and I think to myself, I get what you're doing, but I still feel like I got slapped in the face as a comic book reader. So, that really does kind of bother me, because I knew going in that they could have did it too. They even could have did something with it, but, I'm at peace with it because, again, I'm not a big Thor comic book reader, but I did know going in that in the comics that Hela is, Loki's daughter. So I get it. You wanted to do something different. Fine, whatever. No big deal, because I'm not a big Thor fan anyway. Let's talk about Loki. Loki, again, is in this. He's Loki. There's nothing else for me to say. He is still the Loki that I hate, despise, and I just don't like. Now, let me explain. I don't like bad guys. Like when I see a bad guy, I'm like, I gotta fight the bad guy, right? So he's still deliciously evil and mischief, and he's good. Like, he's good at what he does. But I'm saying he hasn't brought anything new to the table besides his relationship with Thor. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same. It's the same Loki. Nothing is different here. It's the same. There is, I don't know, at the end of the movie, we do see them together on the ship. I don't know if he plans on leaving. I don't know if he plans on staying. I don't know if he plans on stabbing Thor in the back. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but you can bet your ass something's going to happen there. But let's talk about Hulk, because Hulk's in this movie. Hulk, there are good things about Hulk, but there are also a lot of negatives about Hulk, okay? And my dad's favorite superhero is Hulk, alright? And he doesn't like Hulk all big and crazy, alright? So, I don't read Hulk comics or anything, so I don't read those, so I don't really know much. But seeing Hulk act like a child, act very naive, very stupid. Like he's so childish, and it's just kind of cringy to watch sometimes, because I've seen some shows where Hulk is actually smart, or when they try to like combine Hulk and Banner together in a weird way, but here it's like Hulk's just a 4-year-old. He's like a toddler. Like he's so dumb and just a brat. Like that's what I see him as. You know, and Hulk apparently gets beat by everyone in the Marvel Universe. I swear to God. He got beat by Iron Man. He was distracted, but he should not have gotten knocked out. I don't understand. Thor beat him even when, you know, well, he didn't beat him, but he almost beat him. Like, if you know, the Grandmaster didn't cheap shot him, but, you know, Hulk gets beat by everyone. He gets beat by Iron Man. He gets beat by Hulk. It's one of those things where I think to myself, why is Hulk considered the strongest if he is the one who gets beat all the time? That doesn't make any sense to me. They have not shown Hulk at his strongest peak. Okay, there have been great moments with Hulk. You know, like Planet Hulk. They ruined Planet Hulk. They could have did Planet Hulk for a Hulk movie. Nope. They were like, we gotta do a team-up movie with Thor. Sorry, Hulk fans. Nah, you're not getting Planet Hulk. And then Korg and Meek were in this movie. Meek doesn't even look like Meek. He looks like a Scissorhands dude. I don't know what he is. And then Korg is like a... What is he? I don't know. He's like a... He's a comedy relief, but his voice is funny. I'm gonna say that right now. It made me laugh every time. But still, it's like... I saw the Planet Hulk movie, read the comics, and it's like... You know, that's not Korg, that's not Meek, that's not the ones from the comics. So again, it's one of those little things they changed that kind of pissed me off. At the same time, it didn't. So the positive and negatives for Korg and Meek for me cancel out, and nothing changes about the score. So nothing changes there. But I did want to address that. It was noticeable for me. All right, so let's talk about the Grandmaster, Jeff Goldblum, of course. I was a little worried about it, with him being the Grandmaster, honestly. But now that I saw him, I was like, you know what? That works. That works. I think that works. I think he's good as the Grandmaster. They should keep him in that, you know? It really works for him. I think it's cool. Let's talk about Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is in this movie for a little bit. There is a scene where we see his costume. Now, in the comics, he wears like a yellow, red, and light blue. In this movie, he wears the red and blue, but he also got like these yellow glove hands. And honestly, to be honest with you, I don't like it. I think they should just stick with the you know, red and maroon blue, you know, just like that. I thought that was cool. I think the gloves kind of kill it for me. Now, I do like the comic book version. I do like that version, because here's another thing. The yellow sticks out. The yellow really sticks out. The costume's still the same. It's still like a maroon red and maroon blue. With the maroon red and the dark blue, it doesn't work. If the colors were lighter, it would work, but they're two dark colors mixed with really bright yellow. It doesn't work for me. They need to get rid of that. Speaking of those scenes, they screwed up the freaking ending cutscene from whatever movie it was from. Honestly, I think it was from Civil War. Yes, I think Civil War had the ending cutscene where we see Doctor Strange... No, it was that Doctor Strange talking to Thor. That scene. They completely changed it. You know, he didn't have the yellow gloves in that scene, now he has the yellow gloves in that scene. They changed the actual dialogue for what they say to each other. They stupidly keep changing shit. They I think their directors don't even know what each other's doing anymore. Like they don't. They're gonna fall apart fast if they keep doing stuff like that. That's noticeable. That screws it up for me, and it really pisses me off. So let's talk about something positive since I talked about something negative. The Stan Lee cameo, of course. Stan Lee, I love him. He's awesome. He cut Thor's hair. I thought it was hilarious. You know, Thor's like, I'm by Odin's beard, you will not cut my hair. And he's gonna cut his hair, and then he starts like crying, please, no, don't cut my hair. Oh, that was great. It was really good. I loved it. Good job with the Thor and Hulk relationship. I feel like, again, I think Hulk acts like a child, but I think that, you know, Thor and Hulk talking to each other and getting along and trying to reconnect, I think that was kind of cool. I think it was really cool to see that. But, again, there are problems with this movie. Now, let's talk about Valkyrie, because I've been dodging her a lot. She is a new character in this movie. This one really pissed me off. This one really burns. So, I'm going to say it right now, I hate her. I hate her. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. I think she is the most pain-in-the-ass character ever, besides Hulk or, like, Loki. She's just so... The first scene we see of her is she coming out drunk and falls off her goddamn ship. Like... So already I don't like her. And then she's such a bitch in the first, like, 20 to 30 minutes of this movie. 30 minutes, like an hour of this movie. And then we even see a scene where the real Valkyrie dies saving her. The real one. What does that equal? Marvel, again, slaps the Marvel comic fans in the face. Right in the face. And I know what you did, Marvel. I'm not gonna get into politics, but I know what you did, and I fucking hate you for it. You fucking political dick-sucking piece of shit. Motherfuckers. Alright. Not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do, which is flip out. So what does that equal? What does that mean? What am I gonna give this? Am I gonna give this a 4? Am I gonna give this a 5? Am I gonna give this a 10? Am I gonna give this a 1? So you heard positive and negatives. I gave you both positive and negatives about what I liked and what I didn't like. Again, the tagline for what I wrote here: I like this movie. I like this movie. I do not love it, but I do think it is a better film than Spider-Man Homecoming, for example. That movie was trash, alright? I know, and I'm doing this so that you fuckers can come back at me and try again. That movie was trash, alright? I should lower that to like a 3 or a 2, because that movie sucked. It ruined Spider-Man. This saved Thor, because Thor is the type of character who... Thor is the character who, you know, is usually taken very seriously, who's not as funny as some of the other characters. So... finding them, they did a good job with Thor because they found a mixture where they can make him serious, but they can also make him funny at the same time. And I think that's why I like this movie, is they were able to balance that compared to the last two films. Even though I did like the last two films, even Thor: The Dark World, I will still watch it. You know, I'll still watch it. Like, I don't have a problem with that film. You know. So, my final rating for this movie is a 7 out of 10. I'm giving it a 7. Now, the reason why it gets a 7 is because it gets a bonus point for Hela being a good villain and a sexy villain. Alright? She's like the first villain, the villain who's a woman. And she does a great job being just scary. And she even slices Thor's eye out, which I thought they were kind of overdoing it with the fact that, yeah, we get it. You know, Hela's gonna win. We don't need you to abuse Thor. Oh yeah, one more negative before I finish this video. They said the word orgy in this movie. So, in Spider-Man Homecoming they said porn. In this movie they said orgy. Now, great. Now, what are you gonna see? What are your kids gonna say at the theater? Mommy, what does orgy mean? Well, you see, son, when a father has friends and their friends have wives or girlfriends. I'm kidding. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But 7 out of 10, good movie. It is not the best in the world, but it is a good movie. Yeah, guys, so thank you guys for watching, and I'm out of here. Up and away. See you guys.